I want you to know I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you decided that you want to go for your medical coding or billing certification. But I know sometimes it's a little overwhelming. You probably went on AAPC website or a HEMA.org website and you saw so many credential options out there and you're like, which one should I choose? Well, in this video, I'm going to help you with that credential choice selection. So just keep watching. What's up, everyone? My name is Kat, and I am a certified professional medical auditor, certified professional medical coder, medical biller, and owner of Superior Medical Consulting, where we supply superior billing solutions for your private practice. You can always visit our website at superiormedicalconsulting.com to schedule your free consultation. And this is Level Up Medical Coding. So today I am going to talk about, how to help you narrow down choosing what certification you should go for so that you become a medical coder or a medical biller. So I know when you go out to these websites and these schools, it's just like so many options that you could choose from. You're kind of like, which one do I need? Which one don't I need? Like, what should I be looking at? If you don't have like a mentor or someone that that's in this industry, I can see how it could get a bit confusing. So keep watching this video and I'll help you figure out how you could decide what's the right path for you. So if you've ever wanted to, get into the world of healthcare, especially on the business side of healthcare, medical coding and billing is a great choice, to be in. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to advance your career, credentials is going to be, that open doors for you. So let's talk about the importance of certifications. So certifications, especially in the healthcare industry, matter. You see most professionals in this field is certified. We all pick a specialty and kind of run with it and then kind of, advance from there. Certifications come in all shapes and sizes. There are doctors that have certifications, nurses have certifications. So medical coders and billers also have certifications. We all go for those letters behind our names. We call them credentials. Simply put, certifications provide credibility and expertise. They show employers, providers, clients that you're committed to maintaining a high standard of professionalism. You're up to date on your knowledge in this field. Healthcare is an ever-changing, ever-evolving, ever-progressing landscape. We have so many regulations, policies, rules, that we have to follow. And being certified kind of ensures that you're up to date with these changes, because with certifications, you are required to maintain them by way of continuing education credits or units. So let's talk about some of the most recognized and I guess well-respected certifications within the field of medical billing and coding. First up on the list, the most common credential that you will see obtain is your CPC. So most coders usually go for that foundational code of getting a CPC. Your CPC stands for Certified Professional Auditor. It is offered by AAPC, which is the American Academy of Professional Coders. This certification is outpatient-based coding, pretty much only. It is widely recognized by a lot of industries, and it covers, everything from the history of, the business side of medicine to your code sets, like your HCPCS codes, your CPT codes, and your ICD-10 codes. So usually when someone says they want to become a medical coder, this is the code, this is the certification that is most likely will be offered to a new coder or someone that's wanting to get into the field. It is the certification that I hold. I went through AAPC. I studied through the self-paced program, and I obtained my CPC years ago. So when ICD-9 was still around. So, yeah. The next up, most common credential that is obtained by medical coders is the CCS. CCS is offered by HEMA. CCS stands for Certified Coding Specialist, and it is provided by HEMA, which stands for the American Health Information Management Association. The CCS is a more comprehensive study than the CPC because it covers both inpatient and outpatient coding. So this code credential is ideal for those that are interested in not only coding like outpatient clinics, but if you know that you will be coding some inpatient, encounters as well, or if you're interested in coding some inpatient encounters as well. I will say I hold my CPC, and I have always done inpatient coding in pretty much every facility that I work with that has an inpatient facility. At the hospitals, health systems that I work with, if they also have inpatient, capabilities, some of those, your doctors, your providers will also see patients, inpatients as well. And so you kind of have a little crossover. It's not much inpatient coding that I do, but I do utilize the inpatient code set. So there's nothing to say that if you have a CPC, you can't also code inpatient. It's just you will have to pretty much kind of learn that on your own because it's not extensively covered in the CPC, but it's in the code book and it's a lot of the same principles apply. Last but not least, the last most common credential that is sought after for newly, professionals would be your CPB. Your CPB stands for your Certified Professional Biller, and that is also offered by AAPC. This certification focuses on billing-related skills, such as claim submissions, reimbursement strategies, denials, compliance, etc. It's a great choice to get if you would like to become an expert in medical billing. It is not necessary at the time of this recording to obtain your CPB in order to become a medical biller, but it is highly suggested that you do obtain your CPB because it kind of gives you a little leg up over someone that is not certified. I was a medical biller and not certified. I was a medical biller in a major hospital in my area and not certified. But I, since becoming certified as a coder and reading like the, manual, the study guide for your CPB, I can see how it is very helpful. It's very helpful for me in my medical billing business because all I do is billing pretty much at the moment, and understanding all the nuances of medical billing is right there, in that book, and you get the training before you even go on the job. So that is so helpful, but it's not necessary. So now you're probably wondering, how do I know which certification is right for me? So I'm going to give you 4 things to consider when you're still trying to, decide which certification you want. Number one, evaluate your career goals. When you consider your career goals, it'll kind of help give you an overview of what your interest is and what you tend to gravitate towards. So think about it. Are you more interested in the coding side? Are you interested in transcribing, the documentation that the providers give into code sets? Are you a strong reader? Can you handle reading some charts, procedures over and over again and extracting the codes or auditing to make sure that the codes are there? Are you interested in billing? Are you interested in just the claim submissions, the follow-up? Do you mind being on the phone, making phone calls, kind of chasing down money, speaking with patients and everything that comes with billing? Or are you interested in both? If so, you definitely have the option to get both credentials. Do you see yourself working in a hospital? Do you see yourself working in a clinic? Or are you more of an independent consultant type of person? So that's number one, evaluate your career goals. Number two, research. Each credential have its own unique prereqs, its own unique, qualifications, and you need to be well versed on that before you go pursue that credential, because you don't want to waste your time and get into that credential and then come to find out you're lacking something. So make sure you do the research on what that credential needs in order for you to go for it. Once you know that you have, completed all those prereqs or you qualify to go for that credential, you meet the requirements of it, then, it'll help you, move forward in that credential. But do the research. Make sure that once you get that credential, that the job opportunities are there. Make sure that the pay range that you desire is actually feasible for that credential. I see a lot of questions saying that they want to become a medical biller, but they want to, make, $25, $30 an hour. Unfortunately, especially just starting off, that's not realistic. That to me would show that a person did not research the industry before they started just spewing out questions. There's nothing wrong with that, because that's how you learn. You hopefully put it out there and someone could come and help you out and let you know that is not the industry standard, or it's not really realistic, and you can go back to the drawing board. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you research the requirements for the credential, the requirements, and make sure that that you're very pleased with the outcome and you're realistic. Number three, research the employers that you want to target and see what they prefer. Some employers prefer AHIMA. Some employers prefer AAPC. Some employers will take either or. So just make sure that if you are interested in becoming a medical coder or biller, that you look at the job market that you're targeting and see if you happen to see that, more employers that I tend to gravitate to is asking for a credential through AAPC, so I should just go that route. Or more employers that I'm interested in is asking for, the CCS, and that's done through AHIMA. So maybe I should go through AHIMA and get my certification. Both organizations are great. Both organizations will give you what you need. So just make sure that you do the research, and that will help save you time and money in the long run. Trust me, that is a gem. It's so underrated, but it will help you. I say that because I see a lot of students go for their medical coding certificate, degree, credential, whatever, through these vocational schools and trade schools and community colleges, which is nothing wrong with that. But they come to find out that they still have to get credentialed through either AHIMA or AAPC, and they're lost because I thought this program was going to guarantee me that I get credentialed through them, and they pretty much only guarantee you an education. You still have to go through one of those two entities in order to get certified. So make sure that you research the job market in your area, and see which one they prefer and go from there. Number 4, how do you prepare? So keep in mind that these exams, whether you go for your CPB, your CCS, your CPC, or what have you, whatever credential you go for, understand that the exams is designed to be challenging. They're long exams. At the time of this recording, they are multiple choice. There are test taking strategies that you can, employ that will help you to, increase your chances of passing the test. But the exams are challenging. So consider how you study, how you learn, invest in study materials, invest in online courses, invest in books, study guides, workshops, prepare effectively. See which organization most closely fit with your test taking style. I went to a chapter meeting recently for AAPC, and I learned that they are trying to eliminate paper tests. All testing would be online. Even if you go on site, you would still utilize a computer, I think. So if that's not your preferred style of testing, to do it on a computer in a HEMA, I don't know anything about a HEMA test taking, but if they still offer paper tests, that may be a no-brainer for you. You may say, I need to do the paper test, so a HEMA is where it's at. Like I said, I don't know what a HEMA's plan is, but last chapter meeting I went to, they told us that they were doing away from the paper test, and that's crazy to me, but it is what it is. It's the times we live in. So those are 4 questions I think that you should ask yourself to help you narrow down how to pick the certification for you. Next, let's talk about what the certification process typically look like. So when you decide that you're going to go for your certification, and I'm going to use AAPC for this part of the video because that's the process that I'm most familiar with. That's the school that I've been getting all my certifications from. You go and you decide that you're going to go for a certification. Next, you will go online and you will kind of pay for that certification. And basically, you get all the study materials for that certification that you would need, or whatever you paid for. So if you pay for the study guide, you would get access to that. If it's an ebook or if it's a paper book, they will mail it to you. You would get access to, if you chose to take a class, you would get access to the lectures. They do it through Blackboard. So you will get a login and everything, and then they will give you access to, all the chapter lessons and, the notes and everything with that. You get your syllabus and all of that stuff. If you purchase practice exams, you would get access to that. And then, so that's basically how you get started. You just go on the website, create an account, pay for your certification, and you get access to all the materials that you need to study for that. Next, you will study. Studying is the longest, part of getting credentialed. You can't study for medical coding or billing in a few days. It's going to take weeks, most likely months, before you will be able to sit for your exam. Usually with AAPC, I think you get about a year for each certification to study for. I think they give you 12 months. Don't quote me on that, but I really do think it's about 12 months before they start asking you to pay for extensions and things of that nature if you're not ready. But you should study as much time as you need to. You may not need the whole 12 months, but you definitely gonna need more than 1 month to study for. It's a lot of reading, a lot of questions that you have to go through. It's a lot of material that you have to digest and rationalize in your head. So make sure that you study thoroughly, do your online exams. Make sure you utilize your study guide. Not only do you need to study your study guide, but you need to study your code books. You need to look through your ICD-10 book. Get familiar with that book. You need to get your CPT book. Be very familiar with that book. Those are the 2 books that you will use a lot If you happen to code for like durable medical equipment, you're going to be real familiar with your HCPC book, so also study that. There are questions on the exam utilizing all 3 books. So next is taking the exam. Now, this is the most nerve-wracking part of being credentialed, is sitting for the exam. With AAPC, the exam is about, 4 hours, 5 hours, somewhere along that time range. You have to pass the exam with a 70% or higher. Again, at the time of this recording, though, this exam is multiple choice, and there are test taking tips that you can do to help improve your chances of, passing. But with that being said, you make sure that you have your knowledge base down of coding and billing. You make sure that you understand the concepts. Make sure you understand the guidelines. And everything that comes with whichever credential you decide that you want to go for. And then after you've applied and paid for your course, after you've took all that months and months and months of studying, after you've passed your exam and you're now credentialed, you are on your way to be a medical coder or a medical biller. You go for that job, you secure that position, and now you have the opportunity to stay up to date with your knowledge. And that is by way of CEUs, continuing education units. AAPC does a wonderful job of helping you out with getting your CEUs. You have your monthly magazines that you can read through and get a CEU every time you take the little quiz for that. You have workshops that you could take. You have different webinars that you could take. Your insurance companies offer webinars. A lot of times they will be compatible with AAPC and AHIMA. You can look for webinars and workshops in your area. There's all sorts of opportunities to do that. So make sure that you stay on top of your CEUs once you get credentialed, because you don't want to lose your credential only because you decided that you didn't want to do your CEUs. All that hard work is going down the drain. You will have to take the test again. And who wants to go through that? Nobody. So make sure that you stay on top of your CEUs once you become credentialed. So now that you are all credentialed and you understand about your CEUs, let's talk about the benefits that you will have once you become certified, because we want to know all this work. Like, what are we getting for this? So number one, you are opening doors for better job opportunities. You are opening doors for your career, especially if you're a person that's just coming from like a job market mindset. You are going over into a career mindset. And so now you have to make your career path. That's why I suggested, going to ahima.org and looking at their career map, because you have to do a trajectory of where you want your career path to ultimately end up, because now you're delving into a career. They say that credentials may give you an opportunity to earn more money. More weight is put on the years that you have in this field, more so than the number of credentials that you have. Having a lot of credentials is not, in my opinion, going to increase your pay, your potential for pay. The experience is what gets you higher money, but it does help you in career advancements. So it provides credibility. Employers and providers trust that if you're certified, that you have expertise in this field, that you study, you obtain the knowledge, you know where to find the information, you know how to research to get paid, you know how reimbursement works. So they would, trust that you are an expert in this field. Also, it provides great networking opportunities. especially AAPC. You know, you have your chapters for your state, for your area. That is the #1 networking resource that you have. You go to these meetings and you meet so many different people with so many walks of life. Not only coders, billers, practice managers. You also meet providers, you know, in these meetings. Insurance companies. You like, it's so many people that you meet. Also, you are an expert in this, so preparing for the exam, you know, preparing for these specialty credentials, have you immersed in this world? So you're in these code books, you're in your study guide for hours and hours and hours on end for months and months and months. So that overall makes you a better professional. So that's it. Remember, this is your journey. It doesn't end with your certification. It's just a stepping stone to your career path. So you will definitely, once you start diving into, you know, this whole world, you will definitely get a better understanding on what your interests are and how you know, want to go about fulfilling your, you know, career goals. I wish you the best of luck in whichever path you decide to go down. This is a rewarding career. I don't have any regrets on getting into medical billing and medical coding. I love this. I enjoy waking up every morning, actually going to work. Now, none of us want to work, but if I had to work, I would rather do this. So it's very fulfilling. No regrets. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm so close to getting my 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, that's exciting. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you share it with someone that you think that will also benefit from this video. Make sure you have that bell notification, you know, I guess, activated so that you'll never miss a video that I put out. And I want to thank you so much for watching. And I will definitely be back in the next video. Let me know if you have any, you know, suggestions. Let me know any comments, any questions that you may have. Leave them down there. I definitely read them and definitely respond. So again, I'll see you in the next video.